Hello, everybody. This is going to be a channeled message, so I hope you are ready to receive this. I have a lot of important things to say, so let's get to it, okay? It may be a little bit of a rant, or it may or may not be, okay? Because there is some things that I feel like I need to address with you all. So I'm going to address it, okay? Let me just pick up my filter, honey, before I begin with this little pep talk here. Because this is a pep talk, okay? Especially for the ladies watching, all right? This is going to be a pep talk because I really feel like somebody needs to hear this. And I'm going to be your sister. I'm going to be your soul sister right now. Or soul, okay? And I'm going to speak some life into you, okay? Because a lot of people right now, I think they need some life, all right? They need some kind of boost. So that's what I'm going to give y'all in a very, very quick moment. Let me just go ahead and make sure everything's all right before I begin, because this is live and I'm not going to be remaking it again. So just one quick second, all right? All right, honey, everything looks good on my end. Everything looks good. So I'm all, it's been a long day, honey. It's been a long day. I have my little glasses here. Let me see how these feel on my face, honey. One second. Yes, that's a mood. Okay, so I'm gonna keep the glasses on because this is like me channeling, okay, for someone. So I'm gonna keep the glasses on because I am, truth be told, I am feeling that. All right, I am feeling the glasses look, okay. So I'm just chilling right now, all right? So here is the deal, right? This is my question to you, okay? Why are you doing things that you don't want to do? Okay? I'm having a hard time, all right? Especially when it comes to dating, okay? For some of you out here, or us out here, right? Why are you putting up with things that you don't need to be putting up with is my question, especially for the woman out here, okay? I'm just gonna be blunt, all right? I'm gonna be very, very blunt. If you're not benefiting from a relationship, from a job, from a certain kind of lifestyle, okay? If you're not benefiting from anything like at all, then you need to stop, okay? This is your sign from God, all right? You need to simply stop, okay? You need to stop. Take a deep breath. I know that life is busy. I know the pandemic is still around, all right, depending upon the time frame in which you watch this video, okay? I know that things right now in the world are unstable and all the like, okay? I totally get it, right? But are you happy? Is my question. Like, are you proud? Are you happy? Do you feel like if you were to stop life right now and look back on all the seconds and the minutes and the hours that you've invested into either a person, a business, a goal, a personal goal, do you feel like you could say, I gave it my best? I'm doing the best I can. I gave it my all, If you can't say that and you're not happy, then change it today, okay? I don't care what time you see this video. I don't care if it's 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't care if it's 6 o'clock in the afternoon, okay? Time is going. Time is going. Don't even get me started on love, because that's going to be a whole different video, okay? I'm going to go in because I don't like to see people waste their time. I don't like to see people unhappy. I don't like to be unhappy. These are things in my own life, ladies and gentlemen, that I just do not allow. If I feel like something is just not working out, listen. Sometimes you have to cut your losses and move on. Okay? That's just how life is. Sometimes we have to, the jig is up. The jig is up. Sometimes we have to be honest with ourselves and say, is this even for me? Is this even my portion? Am I supposed to be dealing with X, Y, and Z? And if the answer is no, then you need to go ahead and move on with your life, because the sad reality is that age and experience will teach us a lot more things than, the closest people to us will. Sometimes people are not going to tell us the truth. Okay? Sometimes people that we thought would understand our situation, right, would be able to tell us, the master plan. But I just want to and plant a seed right now in your life and let you know that no one is going to do that for you. No one is going to do that for you. Okay? If I lived my life listening to Tom, Dick, Harry, and Sally and what they think about this and what they think about that and how they live their life, I would never be a happy person. I would never, ever, ever have the experience that I have if I waited for every single other person out here to tell me the master plan or the master key or the reality, right, of a situation. And some people will watch you burn. I'm telling you firsthand, like some people will literally just ignore all the red flags and everything you're trying to say because they don't understand you. So that's why it's very important to have certain people around you who are going to be your biggest supporters, because people who genuinely love you and support you are going to steer you on the right path. People who don't genuinely know you or care about you are not going to do that. It's just like the analogy where people say, I have a heart of gold, right? Like I'm a good person. I have a good heart. But just because you have a good heart does not mean that every single guy or girl you date is going to give you that same respect or common decency back. That's the sad reality. It's a very sad reality that a lot of us, normally 20 up, 25 and up will understand. And some people never get this. Some people never get it into their mind, right? Like the reality of how this thing works. Some people just assume that everybody who comes into our life has pure intentions. False. Okay? That is false. All right? A lot of people will come into our lives for the opposite reason. Just to see what button they can push, just to see how they can use you. I've experienced it. A lot of you've experienced it. So let's not play games, right? Like, let's not kid ourselves, okay? The people you would think would always be there for you are not there. And so when you take notes, like when you actually take a pen and paper, either in your phone book or your table or your dresser, and you're looking at your life after you watch this video, this is what I want you to do. I want you to list all the things that you're happy about and all the things you want to change, right? And if it's about a person, okay, if this is about a person, what I need you to do is really ask yourself, how is this person benefiting my life? Because especially when it comes to women, I don't understand why a woman who knows who she is would ever accept anything less than what you absolutely deserve. It can't continue, relationships crashing and burning, society crashing and burning, because these boundaries and these simple basic lessons are not being taught to all races, to all genders. It's not being emphasized, these basic things. And it's sad. I think it's sad that a lot of us have had to go outside of our house or whatever to learn something, to gain a certain kind of knowledge. Like, every child should have this. Every young adult to mature adult to elder should have like these basic principles. But you'll be surprised. A lot of us, as we get older or as we go through life, there's a lot of things that we didn't have. There's a lot of these things, right, that people either assumed we already knew or just didn't have it themselves. You know, they didn't have these skills and mindset. They didn't have these tools. So it's very important that from this day forward, you do not entertain anything. And when I say anything, I mean anything in your life that is not going to make you a better person when all is said and done. When you're in your 60s, when you're in your 70s, when you're in your 80s, when your kids have grown up, you have to be able to hold your head high and look in that mirror and say, I am proud of myself. If you're watching me right now and you've never had a moment in your life where you've ever genuinely said, I am proud of myself, you got to get busy. You got to get busy, because let me tell you right now, people's voices out here mean nothing. Like, really think about what I'm saying to you, okay? People's opinions of you and what they want to think about you literally means nothing, because everybody is going to have an opinion. Everybody's going to have something either positive or negative to say. So when you see condescending bad behavior, when you see repetitive disrespect, you nip it in the butt right then and there. You do not allow it to fester and take over your life and pull you down and bring you down, because then you'll never get out of it. I'm telling you. Like, you're never going to be able to wake up if you don't take responsibility for what you have allowed to continue in your life. And in my own personal life, there's been scenarios where once I grasped certain principles, I was never the same. And so I'm really hoping and praying that for somebody out here, maybe this is your turning point. Maybe this is a video that you needed to kind of, wake up yourself and say, you know what? Like, I'm sick of this. Whether it's a dead-end job, a toxic relationship, a subpar partner, a mediocre partner, a partner who has never done anything for you. There are so many marriages and relationships out here full of people that are unhappy and are settling and are not even in bliss. They're not even proud of their partner. They're just sticking with their partner for the hell of it. That's no way to live. We all have to pick our bed and lay in it. So here's a simple message. If you're sick and tired of something, change it. Okay, change it. Either change it or remove yourself, detach yourself, tell yourself that from this day forward, I don't have to accept that. I don't have to do that. I don't have to put up with that, because the reality is you don't. You don't. And if you were raised in a certain kind of upbringing, or you witnessed certain things or experienced certain things, sure, it's going to take some time for you to get rid of those old habits. Yeah, sure, it's going to take you some time to know your value and know who you are. But when you see other people out here who don't know who they are, don't give them a pass. Especially if they want to come into your life and bring you down with them, don't entertain them. And don't feel bad either. Okay? And don't feel bad either. Don't feel bad. Because the truth of the matter is that they're not mentally where you're at. The sheer thing that you're watching this video sets you apart from the rest of everybody else out here. no offense, but just the same principle that you're watching this video and you're feeling so empowered right now, and you're feeling so inspired, and you're feeling so excited about your future, is the same reason why somebody else is not gonna be happy for you. Is not gonna understand why you're not hanging around certain people, right? Because they're not you. They're just simply not you. And when you realize that you're one of a kind, you are a rare commodity. No one can find you in a grocery store. You know, you're not a regular item on a shelf. You are somebody that is divinely and wonderfully made. You will look at yourself so differently. It's literally all a mindset. This 3D reality we live in, this is literally all a game. A mind game, if you will. Okay? It's all a game for the universe to test you and see how much do you love yourself? How much do you really value yourself? How much do you really believe in yourself? The universe every single day, you all, is constantly challenging us with this exact question. Can you really do it? Do you really believe in yourself? Are you really worth that? Do you really deserve that partner? Do you really deserve that salary? Do you really deserve that body? Yes, yes, yes. You have to tell yourself, yeah, I do. I actually do. And if you've ever been with a person, a man, woman, who's told you you don't deserve that and has tried to suppress your desire for a better life, get rid of them. Please, for the love of God, get rid of them, because they're going to have you stuck. And I'm telling you all this truth now. If I never had this mentality change and the way I think and I see myself, like, if I was never able to take that leap of faith and let go of some people, let go of some lifestyles, let go of some patterns, I would have never even been who I am today. With the information I have, with the knowledge, the expertise, it wouldn't even have happened, because my mindset would have not been the same. It just wouldn't have. So I encourage you, if there's anything that you're interested in, from finance to health to beauty to well-being to spirituality, that you know is going to help you and you're not sure where to start, just type in the words, okay? Like, you want to know about stocks or investment, just go on Google, put how to invest in X, Y, and Z. How do I buy this stock? Is this company private? Like whatever your intuition comes up with, just go along with it. You don't have to have all the answers. And that's another thing that I want to inspire you all to understand right now, is you don't have to have all the answers. You just have to start. So if you're in a relationship, right, and you're asking yourself, how can I make us even stronger? Like, right now we're talking regularly, we go on dates, we're all this good stuff, but how can I take this relationship to the next level? Ask yourself these questions, and your higher self is gonna download the information. But you have to start, right? You have to start with that question, because if you haven't started with a question, how can you get to the answer? It's going to be very hard for you to access the answer when you haven't even given yourself the space and opportunity and the access to dream, to question. How do you think that people that were in the middle class, who are now a part of the 1% and are actual good people, how do you think they got there? They asked questions. They networked. They read books that other people are not reading. They dare to say, you know what, I'm going to buy that course. I'm going to buy that book. I'm going to go to that seminar because I want to be better. And if you have people around you who are not going to uplift that and inspire you, like, here's another thing that I feel I need to talk about. When it comes to love, right? If you have friends around you who say your expectations are too high, you have to rethink your relationship with those kind of people. People in your life who say to you, oh, that's too big of a dream, or, oh, that's too high of an expectation, that's a red flag in my book. That's a huge red flag, because anybody around you should never question what you want, especially if it's for the greater good. If it's supposed to help you be a better person, right? Like, nobody should ever question, oh, if you're wanting to have too much money, or you're wanting to have a husband or wife that actually takes care of you, or takes you out on nice dinners, or actually gives a damn. You know, no one should question that. So if you ever come in contact with a coworker, a boss, a family, whoever, and they say to you, why do you want that? Get rid of them. Like, don't even associate, because they are blocking your blessing. Those are the same people who are going to say to you when you have your Mercedes, or you have your Bentley, or you have your multi-million-dollar business, they're going to say to you, oh, why do you make that? Why do you want so much money? What? They're going to keep questioning because they're not on your level. They're not on your level. And so with that said, sometimes you have to separate yourself, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes you and I, because I've been in this boat, I'm still in this boat, you have to separate yourself. You have to literally take yourself up, pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and say, I'm going to be in a different life. I'm going to have a different life. I'm not going to have a life of my grandmother or my great grand. I'm not going to have their life. If they don't have, anything to show for themselves, say to yourself, I'm not going to be in their steps. I'm not going to have that tragedy. I'm not going to be a single parent. I'm not going to live like that. You have to speak up and speak out and get out and proclaim that I'm not gonna, like, if you know that everybody in your family's had a divorce, for example, right? Like, everyone in your family's had a divorce, right? You gotta speak out into the universe, into the ethers. I'm not gonna be the number 29th person, right, of my family to have drug addiction, or have abortions, or have a divorce, or a dead end job. Like, you have to speak for what you want. You have to stick up for yourself, because no one's gonna do it. I've lived this. No one's gonna necessarily come by and say, oh, why are you with that person? That person ain't buy you nothing. That person ain't take you nowhere. No one's gonna tell you that. Why do you think that when you go out, you see certain couples fighting all the time, right? You go to a store. Have you been in a store and you see that couple constantly going back and forth arguing, and the guy is picking her pockets and can't afford nothing, and making her embarrassed in the store, because that's what she settled for. Sorry, but that's what she settled for. She settled for a husband or a partner who doesn't respect her, doesn't care about if she looks good, doesn't care about if her nails or hair is on, doesn't care about if she's stressed out from work, doesn't care. Just simply doesn't care. And that's why I've always said to myself, if someone wants to get married, right? If you're single and you're watching me, like I'm, and you want to get married, right? Begin to say to yourself, do I want a partner who's going to watch their pockets? Do I want a partner who's not going to allow me to be the best version of myself? No. Run for the hills. Run for the hills. You're not going to regret it. I'm telling you. If you are ready to have a different life, and you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, today is your day. I'm here. I was summoned here to tell you, today is your day to change your life. No one is going to do it for you. I want you to know that. Not even me. I can boost your ego. I could boost your self-esteem. I could tell you all these great things about yourself. But if you don't believe that and you don't feel that, you're not going to receive that. You're not going to go out here in the real world and have partners whining and dining you, because you don't believe that. Or have a wife, for example, who actually wants to take care of you and listen to you and be there for you, and not just drain your energy. Like, you have to shift your mind. You have to shift your mind. You have to. Because it's tough out here. It is brutal out here. And no one's going to save us. No one's going to save you. No one's going to save me. God is on the throne. If you believe in God, God is above all this. He's put us here. He didn't put us on Mars. He didn't put us on Jupiter. God put you and I on planet Earth. And this is where we're going to be at until we die. You hear me? So God already did his work. And now it's time for you to do yours. And that's a word. So if you right now are questioning Is there more to my life? Is there more to me? Is there something that I'm not tapping into? Then you're right. You're right. I want you to believe that. If you are right now sitting in you feel this, you're saying to yourself, I know there's more. I know that, Simone, I know there's more. I want more. I want more. I want more spiritually. I want more physically. I want to be the healthiest I've ever been, Simone. I want to be helping people. I want to make 6 figures. I want to make 5. I want to make 6 figures, 7 figures, 8 figures, 9 figures. Then you got to start today. And you got to get rid of those people who are in your way. Maybe you're in your own way. Have you ever thought about that? Maybe you're in your own way. Maybe you are in your own way. And all this time you're looking around like, oh my God, this person hurt me. Oh my God, this person hurt me. Oh my, but have you ever looked in the mirror and said, am I hurting my damn self? Am I messing up myself? Am I out here making a boo-boo the clown? Am I out here looking like a damn mess? Am I acting like I don't have no sense? I don't have no common sense? You know what I'm saying? Ask yourself that. Okay? Like, seriously, ask yourself that. And if you can genuinely say, nope, Simone, I'm doing the work. I'm working on myself. I'm taking it there, right? I just need to get this done. I need to get, oh, that's fine. Okay? But start there. Start with yourself. This is how I've been doing it. Okay? I'm just giving y'all a little bit of a taste of what I've been doing, to get to this point and how I have got to this point and continue to, because it's just a mindset. You cannot see it and then believe it. You have to believe it and then you will see it. Did you get that? You cannot see it and then believe it. You have to believe it and then you will see it. The law of attraction, manifestation, faith, visualization. Okay? You'll be surprised, people. There's so many people out here who have no idea what the law of attraction is. They have no idea what the visualization. People don't have a clue. And it's because these methodologies, these ideas, these principles were not passed down. Nothing to do with class necessarily. It's just people didn't get certain information, and it sucks. And I wish that, and I hope that one day God could use my life as an example positively to show people that you can come from this or that and be that. If you want to, if you put your mind to it, you can do it. If you can dream it, you can do it. A dream is a wish your heart makes. Walt Disney, for God's sake, a lot of just to put this out here, regardless of controversy, a lot of Walt Disney quotes, I quote because it's true. It's actually true. I know back in time, Walt Disney had a lot of different, who didn't have these allegations? You know what I'm saying? A lot of these people had allegations about racism, but take that all aside. Find somebody, find an inspirational speaker, even if it's me, find somebody, right? And look at their quotes, look at what they say about their life and affirm it for yourself, right? If like for, if this person has a certain kind of affirmation, a certain kind of, mantra, affirmation, use it, extract what they've said and apply it to yourself. Just apply it to your own life, okay? But you have to believe it. The key is you have to believe it. If you don't believe it, no one's going to believe it for you. That's another hard part, Like, let's give another example. If someone's a basketball pro, right? And their coach says, man, you're going to be in the All-Star, you're going to be in the NBA, you're so fit, you're so this, you're so that, and the coach is going on and on and on. But the actual basketball player doesn't believe that. So then it's pointless. If the coach is saying you're going to be, top earner, top shooter, blah, blah, blah. But the person themselves says, I don't see it, you know? Really, really, coach, you know, I can do a 3-pointer. I could do that 3 times in a row. I could really, yes, really. But because the person doesn't believe it, they're not going to see it. So, especially when it comes to love, when it comes to personal development, which is what I pinpoint on my channel. Okay, a lot of my topics are about love, self-development, improvement, manifestation. That's me all day, every day. I love it. I live it. I breathe it. And so, you know, if you are questioning, you know, what you're in, you're questioning for a reason. I'm telling you, if you're especially in a relationship, if you are saying to yourself all the time, why am I with this person? Why is this person not calling me back? Why is this person not prioritizing me? Why? It's because your higher self is trying to say, hello, down there, something's wrong. This person's not for you, or this person's taking advantage, or this person's mediocre. They're trying to wake you up, like, hello, but you're not getting it because you don't feel that that's for you. If you believe that your partner is going to be with you till death do you part, like the good vow says, a lot of people, you know, the funny thing about this world is a lot of people want to say vows, but they don't keep them. You notice? A lot of people say, oh, till death do us part. But then as soon as the first problem arises, they're out the door. Okay? That's not a vow. That's a broken promise right there, sir. That ain't no vow. That's not a vow. That's not a promise. That's a maybe, shoulda, coulda, kind of, we'll see. We'll see. That's not a bankable, solid person. You can't depend on that kind of person. And don't even try to, because that person will fail you. A maybe might as well be a no. Okay? Honest to God, y'all. A maybe might as well be a no. Because in my world, it's either yes or no. What's it going to be? You know? What's it going to be? Either yes or no. I ain't got time to waste. Time is going. You know? And some people will be like, oh, well, you know, no, that's stupid. I'm going to tell you, that's stupid. Because in reality, it's either a yes or a no. What is it going to be? I'm either getting paid or you ain't getting paid. You're either getting married or you're not getting married. Yes, it's a process, but in the end, what's it going to be? And you have to think like that. Or time will go by and you'll be like, what happened? You know, and that's how the pandemic is. You know, everybody right now on the planet feels that way to some extent with the pandemic. Like, when is it going to end? You know, and that's how it is when you're in a bad situation. You ask yourself, when is it going to end? When is this going to just change? And there's a lesson in that waiting period. There is a lesson. There's lessons to be learned. And so make sure that before you go into the next job, the next level of income, the next level of prosperity, the next relationship, that you have learned those previous lessons. If you had a bad breakup, make sure you go back and check over some things. Check yourself and say, why, you know, what happened? That's what I do. I'm not going to tell you all something that I don't do. I'm not going to tell y'all something that I do not do. I do this. So that's why I'm saying it. Because if I don't do it, I cannot say it. You see what I'm saying? So if there is a certain kind of falling out, I go back. Let's not to traumatize myself, but let's take it back a couple notches, right? And ask ourselves, okay, so how did we get to this point? And learn and move forward and move on. Once you've learned that lesson and you've gotten what you need to get, move on with your life. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your time, because you can't get time back. No matter how much money, I don't care if you're Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, I don't care who you are. Jeff Bezos, I don't care who you are. Oprah Winfrey, I don't care who you are. You can have all that money, but you know what you can't do? You can't buy time. I repeat, you cannot buy time. If you wasted 10 years in a dead-end job, 10 years in a dead-end marriage, you can't get that back. You can never get that back. So next time you're laying down with somebody who can't even provide for you and be there for you and answer your phone calls, you ask yourself, am I going to waste 10 years or 1 year or 2 years or 3 years with this fool? Am I going to let time slip out of my fingers? Am I going to let that happen? No. Right then and there, you say, I'm not going to let this happen. I know how this ends. I've seen it. I've heard it. I've done it all before. You know, even if you haven't, you got to tell your mind, I've done it all before. We're not going to do it again. You got to program your mind. You, not me, for you. You have to program your mind and tell yourself, we're not going to do this again. We're not going to play these games. I don't care how attractive. I don't care what they say to you. If it ain't going to benefit you, if it's not what you want, move on. Move on. It's just like if you go for a job interview, right? You go for a job interview and you have all these expertise, you have all this experience, and that employer says, we're going to pay you $50 bucks an hour or 120 an hour, but you know you're worth 300. Okay? Hold out. You know what I'm saying? Like understand that they're not seeing it how you're seeing it. So you got to get up and go somewhere else. Now you could choose to settle because out of desperation or whatever, if the case calls for it. But even if you were to take that lower job and you know you deserve more, you should be actively working to get a higher paying job. While you're in that job you don't want, as an example, you should be trying to see, how can I make 500 an hour? How can I make 1,000 an hour? That's how you should think. Because you know and I know that you're worth $300. You're not worth $120. You're not worth $50. You're worth $300 an hour. But here you are selling yourself short because of desperation or struggle times or a rock in a hard place or something happened. That's what to be careful. That's why we have to be careful, because when we get in those traps, it's all a trap. Once you get in that forbidden square, it's a trap. You get trapped. So you have to what? Uproot and remove yourself from the feces and the gold. You know, is this feces or is this a golden opportunity? You gotta separate the two. Cause like I'm trying to tell you, no one gonna do it for you. I don't care what you look like. I don't care what you look like. I have seen it. So no one is going to teach these things unless you go out and get this information for yourself. And I really mean that. I really mean that. Because why should somebody just spoon feed someone? You know what I'm saying? Like, life has to teach us in different ways. It's sad, but it's true. Sometimes life has to come by and hit us upside the head, you know, and say, wake the hell up. What are you doing? What are you doing? You know, your spirit guide, if you believe in spirit guides, your angels, your guidance, your ancestors, for those others of you, you know, they'll come along and say, what are you really doing? Like, are you serious? And that could also be your higher self trying to wake you up. Like, something's not clicking up there. You know, I've had those moments. I mean, we've all had those moments, right? Where we're like, you know, this is a bad idea. You know, it's a bad idea, but you still do it. That's stupid. That's stupid. Just don't do it. Just simply don't do it. You can always change your mind. You can always say no. You can always change your mind and you can always say no. You don't have to accept the bare minimum. You don't. You know, like, for example, Tyler, the Creator, this is a Grammy award winner. He is a African-American songwriter, producer, singer, rapper. Many of you may know him, many of you may not. Okay, he goes by the name of Tyler the Creator. And I was watching an interview of his one day, and he was talking about how he used to work at Starbucks, and he was making lattes and stuff, and he said to himself, I hate this job. He never, as far as I know, he never graduated college, as far as I know. A lot of these people have no college degree, okay? Keep that in mind. And they're just like me and you. And he said, you know what? I don't want to make coffee. Like, this is like, I made coffee. Back in my early college, I've been there, I've done it. And he did too. And he said, I don't want to do this. I don't think that this is for me. I want to make music. I want to be somebody. I want to live my dream, and people always question him, say, oh, you're never going to do that. You're never going to do that. You're never going to do that. But he did though. And he's a Grammy Award winner. And he quit. He said, you know what I do when I don't like a job? I quit. That's what he said. He said, if I don't like a job, I just quit. Of course, you have to have savings, you have to back up, and that's all common sense. You have to have money for a rainy day. We get it. But in the grand scheme, he said, I'm not going to just settle and say, oh, it's okay for me to be up here depressed making coffee. I want to work in a music shop, or I want to work at a club, or, I want to go out there and do some auditions. Like, he had to do something, to get up out of that. Was that easy? He never went to college. I don't think he graduated college. So you think that he had his life made, right? An African-American little skinny boy, single mom. You think he had it? He didn't have it made. He didn't have it made, but he worked for it. He worked for it. So there's no excuse. Like, I look at my life, I'm like, there's no excuse. There's no excuse. There's no excuse. Yes, some things may come up and happen, and it's unfair. And okay, if that happens, move on. I've had those experiences. Things pop up, and you're like, man, this is so unfair. Why am I dealing with this? There's a lesson. The universe is saying there's a lesson that we need you to learn in order to get to the next level. So just go ahead, sit here, shut up, and learn it. Whenever you come into cases like that, situations like that, there's a lesson there. You may not believe what I'm saying, but I'm telling you, there's a lesson in why you're stuck in that situation. And once you get up out of a situation and you go into another department or area in your life, it's because you've chosen to. You made a conscious choice to say, I don't want to do this anymore. I am sick and tired of being sick and tired. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Simple. No one can come along and say, are you sure about that? No one has that power. No one has that power to question why you want what you want. You know why you want what you want, right? So go for it. Go get it. Go get it. Go and get it. Because the world is waiting to see you. Your family's rooting up for you. Your ancestors, all types of stuff, you can change the world in your own special way and make the world better than what it is. You see what I'm saying? So I use his story as an example to give you guys this example to inspire all of us, because right now times are tough. I get it. I understand. But we need a boost right now. I need the boost. Y'all need the boost. So let's boost. You see what I'm saying? And when I listen to his interviews, you would never think that he would ever even become of anything. You wouldn't think that. But somehow, some way, he made it happen. So if that person can, so look at it like this. If that person can make it happen, I can make it happen. If you see a couple, now looks can be deceiving, right? Looks can be deceiving. But if you genuinely know a couple, you've seen a couple that is genuinely in love and happy, you will say to yourself, well, I can get that too. Whether it's a celebrity couple, your own parents, or an example, neighbors, you see that happy couple, it's always kissing, loving on each, and you say to yourself, I want that, right? I want to be in a relationship where we're in love, and if it's not just about love, well then we're happy, right? We're joyous, we are free in our own skin, we are comfortable, we are okay, we are secure. We are secure in our relationship. I can have that too. It's not just for a certain kind of people. If they can have it, I can have it. If Beyonce and Jay-Z can be self-made billionaires, you know, and they've gone through all the highs, lows of the relationship, and they're still together. If that's, for example, that's your example. They say, okay, I want to have a love that's rock solid. I want to have a relationship where we are both working hard. We're both top of the top, primp of the prime, you know. Hey, it can happen. It can happen, you know. So think of it like that. You know, if that person could have got through all of that, you know, abuse, oh my God. Some people have been through so many horrible, I'm telling y'all, some people have really been through a lot of shit and they still made it. And their version of made it may not be my version of made it. Maybe their version of made it is getting awards, but my version of made it is just being self-made and being relaxed on a beach, or, you know, a nice suburban house or whatever. Like, it's not their version you want. It's the kind of energy frequency that you want. You don't want exactly what they are, who they look like. You want the energy. That's what you want. You don't want exactly what they have. What you want is the stability, the security, the good vibes, the freedom. That's what you should be going for. So especially if you're looking for a relationship, and you know, you go on Instagram and you go on wherever, YouTube, and see all these couples, because some girls and guys love to do that, you know. They love to look at celebrities and say, oh my God, you know, well, why? You don't even know what they're really going through. So what you should really say is, I don't want exactly that. What you should say is, I want to have the good attributes of what that couple has, or I want to have the good perks of what that couple has. That's what you should be saying. Not that I want exactly, because be careful, words are powerful. So if you say you want exactly what they got, like for example, Cardi B and Offset, and yet he cheats on her all the time, be careful. You may just get a cheater, but, you know, so be careful what you're saying. So make sure you're being specific and not just saying, I want that. No, make sure you say, I want a loyal husband. I want a loyal wife. Don't just say, I want that, because what does that even entail? What does that even mean? A cheater, a user, but somebody who buys you gifts, that's their definition of a perfect relationship. That ain't my definition. That's her definition. I don't want that. Stay over there. So you gotta be specific. Okay. If you wanna, if you're okay with your spouse, you know, either working a certain job or not working, be specific and look at your life and say, okay, like, does that fit what I want? And if your first response is no, then why are you with them? Why are you trying to fit your life to be them when that's not even what you want? That ain't even what you want. So you have to, like, switch it up. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I really want to tell you all. I just had to come on here and do a little pep talk, okay? A little 47 or going on 48-minute pep talk, going on 49 pep talk, because I just felt like this was on my heart. You know, I don't know who this is for. But I got some boost out of this. I hope y'all got a boost out of this. I just inspired myself. You know, I really have just inspired myself. But listen, there's a lesson in everything. There's a lesson to be learned, okay? If you're still in the storm, if you're still struggling, if you're still not understanding what's going on in your life, it's because there's a lesson. There's something that needs to be unlocked, you know, Pandora's box, if you will, okay? That Pandora's box lock and keychain is too tight. It needs to be open so you can understand what the hell is going on and look at it, not just glance at it, look at it and say, how can I not repeat this? I don't want to repeat this. I don't want to have to go through this. You know, I don't want to. And then move accordingly. And people that are and people that are in your ear or you know, psyching you out of it, cut them off. I keep telling you. Shut it down. Delete. Whatever you got to do. Get it out of your focus. Get it out of your lens, because it will mess you up. I'm telling you. If you have one person over here saying you deserve this, and one person over here saying you deserve this and this, and both are completely opposite, you're going to be confused. So you got to pick and say, okay, well, this is going to benefit me. This is what I'm used to. But what I'm used to is not what I need. You know, it's not what I feel is I'm being called to, that I'm attracted to. It's not it. I need to go over here and get out of my comfort zone, get out of my box, and try, you know, a different approach. You know, I need to do something different because what I've been doing is not working. You see what I'm saying? So you gotta have that kind of mentality where you say, okay, I know I'm strong enough to know that this is not working. And if it's not working, then how can I fix it? And now if it's completely out of your control, let it go. If you have exhausted every option and you don't feel there's anything else you can do, then simply let it go. Lick your wounds and say, you know what? I'm going to move on. I'm going to move forward because now I know better, so I will do better. And the only way you can do better is if you know better. If you don't know better, you can't do better. So that's why we have to be in society. We have to be aware of how we see people, how we talk to people, because some people just don't know any better. You know, some people, I'm being honest, some people just don't know any better. They just don't know any better. So we have to be careful how we judge people, because some people may not have the information that you have. You know, some people may have never seen this video, but you have. So you have this boost. So you have this clarity that other people don't have. But because you're in a certain energy and vibration, you have been attracted to this video. And so now you're getting the confirmation you need. But see, somebody else over there may not get that confirmation because they're not in the vibration or frequency of it to receive it. They're not on that wavelength, so they're not in receptivity. They can't receive it. But you can. But they can't because they're not in your category. They're not even in your lane. They're not even in your, that's why I'm on my business. This is why my personal life, I am not concerned whatsoever. Okay. There is no competition. There is nothing you need to be stressed about or jealous about. People need to let that stuff go. This is 2021. You hear me? This is 2021. Okay, there is somebody for everybody. There is more than enough. But people have to believe that. If they don't believe that, they're going to have this scarcity mindset and they're going to be full of drama and all this nasty stuff. So it's just a mentality is what I'm basically saying. So once you change your mind, your life will also change as well. And yes, it's going to take some time. So I'm also here to encourage you. Okay? If you're getting discouraged, you're feeling stressed out, keep going. Okay? Keep going. Keep going. If you feel that, you know that you're changing, but like certain circumstances, excuse me, are not changing, then there's more work to be done. It's a process. So don't get too hard on yourself. Don't get angry with yourself. Just understand that there's some fine tuning that has not been done. Okay? And it's your responsibility to do that. Okay? What you have inside is going to radiate outside. So that's the whole point. You don't want to live for the world. You want to be in the world, but you're not of this world. You don't want the world to consume you. You want the world to be a tool to help you, to show you, to make your dreams come true. That's what you really want. That's why certain people become victims and have these tragedies, all this bad, because they've let the world consume them. They've listened to everybody else but themselves. That's the problem. They have tried to follow everybody else, but they've never taken the time to say, what do I really want? Never taken the precious time to say, what do I actually want? My parents want this. My neighbor may think this. My boss, but what do I want? And then the whole time you're living a life for somebody else. How does that work? So be careful that you're not going to be living a life for somebody else. Live your life for you. Okay? I'm not saying be super selfish and narcissistic. I'm saying it's you. I always thought this was funny. When people say, oh, you're not the center of the universe. Well, then what universe is there without me? Like, you are your own world. Like, I've never understood people that say stuff like that. Like you have to prioritize yourself, because without you existing, you would not be able to even perceive the world. If you were not here living, breathing, you would not be able to literally physically see the world. So that's people that say stuff like that, they're looking at it as, oh, you're like, you're full of yourself. Yes, I am. Yes, I want to be. If someone was to ever negate what I'm saying, I would say, yes, I want to be. Of course I do. Why would I not want to be full of myself? Like, it's me. Who else is going to take care of me? Who else is going to style my hair? Besides my hairdresser, but who is going to see the vision that I see? No one. Not even your mommy and daddy. Not even your grandparents or your great-great-great-grandparents. They cannot see it, but you can. You can see it. They cannot see it for you. So if you ever come across people, I'm just telling y'all how people be, because people out here really be like this. I see it all the time. They really be trying it, like, oh, well, how can you think that? How can I not think that? Is my question. How can I not think that? Are you going to put that check in my account? Are you going to make me a millionaire? Are you going to make me a wife? Are you going to make me a mother? You can't do shit for me. You can't make me those things. I make myself those things. I pay my bills. I brush my teeth. I take a shower. I do that. You don't do that for me. So yeah, I am the center of my universe. You got that damn right. You got that right. I love myself. I love myself. And see, people who have low self-esteem don't like that type of stuff. They're repelled. Ugh. You love yourself? I sure hell do. I sure hell do. Do you love yourself is a question. Do you love yourself? Because if you love yourself, you wouldn't even feel offense. You wouldn't even take offense if someone was to say stuff like that. You would not even be repelled, because you would understand what they're saying. You would understand on a conceptual and intellectual level why they're saying what they're saying. They wouldn't look at it as negative. They would look at it as empowering, as you're taking care of yourself. You're putting yourself first. They wouldn't look at it as, oh, you're being a diva, or you're being a show off. No, there's a difference. Okay, there's a difference between somebody who is genuinely just ridiculous, okay, and just has horrible manners and doesn't know how to respect people, and there's others who are just, they're proud of themselves, and it shows, and they believe in themselves. That's what I'm talking about. I am not talking about people who think that they can make fun of somebody else to put themselves up. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the people who, they inspire other people. Okay, like I'm doing right now. Like, they share information because they're not gluttonous, like, that's what I'm talking about. People who want to see people do well. I want to see people do well. So it's a different ball game. You see what I'm saying? It's a totally different can of worms there than somebody who is just selfish for the wrong reason and don't know how to love on nobody else and share nothing and be a good person. That's the opposite of full of yourself. The full of yourself I'm talking about is when you are not going to let anybody treat you bad and let anybody talk to you no kind of way. That's the kind of self I'm talking about. Where you're not going to let somebody tell you who you are. You tell them who you are. You tell them who you are. You tell them who you are. They ain't gonna tell you, you gonna tell them. That's what I'm talking about. Okay? And if more people genuinely love themselves, relationships would be so different. And especially in America. Okay? There's a leaf on my car. Especially in America. If people actually took time to take care of themselves and work on themselves, they would not be in certain relationships. I could tell you that right now, because I've experienced it. You know what I'm saying? When you really get to take time on yourself and understand yourself, there's a lot of things you're not going to put up with. I'm just telling you the cold truth. And some people who have not been able to do that, that's why they suffer. They suffer because they don't know any better. They genuinely don't know any better. And it's sad. But you know what? You got to have your own back. You got to have your own back, and you got to have yourself first. You your own back first. You do. You really do. So, you know, you've done yourself a huge service by listening to this video. And, you know, you've just proven to yourself that you're ready to, you know, go to the next level and live the life you want, and not to entertain this crap out here. You know, to put it nicely, you're not going to entertain what you used to entertain. You know, what you used to trip over in the past, you're now walking over, you're now stepping over, because you know better. You just simply know better. You know, so whatever you go for in life, whether it's relationship, your personal goals, or your job, right? You're going into it with how can you benefit? Okay, that's how you should think, is how can I benefit, right? Like, that's how you should think, because then if you don't, then you're selling yourself short. You know, I mean, I could go so deep with that. I could go so deep with that, but it's like, you know, how they say, the man is not going to buy the milk if the cow is free. Now, people hate that analogy, but it's an analogy that's true. Okay, it is an analogy that's true. Okay, if you are gonna be playing wifey, you know, and all this type of stuff, and he's not gonna take you seriously. He's not gonna take you seriously. Okay, I can't even tell you how many men I've dated where it's not even a couple months, and I know I'm meeting the family, they want to get married, because I'm not finna give the whole cow, sweetie. You got to pay for this. You see what you got to pay for this. Okay, literally and figuratively, you're not gonna get all this goodness for free. You gotta put some change on that. You gotta earn this. Okay, you're not just gonna get it, because if I just give it, then what's the value? What is the value? And a lot of people that you see out here in society, they are big victims of this. And don't lie, you see it, I see it. They are victims. You hear me? Because they don't understand that. How do you see yourself? How do you value yourself? And so the man, if we're gonna talk about love, the man will say, well, I mean, she did this for me, she did that for me, why would I, you know, they're gonna question, you know. And I was telling my parents one day, I was like, I think it's so interesting how the guys I date are so serious. And you know why I realized that? Because I'm like, oh, because I'm serious. Duh. Because when I go into dating someone, I'm not just trying to waste time. I'm not trying to waste time. I'm trying to find my life partner, my rock, you know, someone who I know is gonna be there for me. That's what I'm looking for, honey. Hello. Can the church say amen? So sometimes when I think about it, I'm like, oh my God, like I mean, that's personal, but I'm like, oh my God, like I have really, I mean, my God, you know, they're just with the quickness, because they know that this is rare. This is rare right here. This is rare. Okay, you're rare. And so when they see that a different breed of woman who's not just gonna put out and say stupid crap, they're gonna want to marry you. Let me tell you right now. And if you don't marry them, it's because they're not what you're looking for. You see, I've had that situation too, where they're not what you're looking for, but you're what they're looking for, but they're not what you're looking for, right? So that's fine. That's life. But I'm just saying that eventually somebody will get it. You know, eventually somebody will honor that and say, wow, you know, this is different. I never knew that there was people like you that existed. Well, welcome. You know, now you found me. And I found you, and we're happy. And that's how it should be. So you're going to attract, if you're serious about a relationship, you're going to attract serious partners. Now, if you've gone into a situationship, you know, and just to put this out here, you've gone into a situationship, okay, I'm just getting this little vibe of situationship here. Like if you have a situationship, right, and you don't understand, you know, how come things have not, it's because that person either A, don't have it, B, not the person for you, or C, is just honestly, stupid. You know, especially if you look good, you smell good, like you're irresponsible. They don't know. They're just used to trash. You know, sorry, but it's like you are a dime in a dozen. You know, for those ladies out here who are in situationships, and you know, you're like, you know, little girl chat here, like what, you know, it's because they're used to that. They're used to trash, literally. So when they see somebody walk by who not only can have the outside, but like inside their heart is good, like, you know, they have a head on their shoulders, they're gonna get alert and say, wow, you know, I didn't know that existed. They're gonna do that, you know. So just be patient, you know. Play your cards right, literally. Play your cards right. You know what I'm saying? And just believe in yourself. That's all it is to it. You know, don't try to force or toil or stress the inevitable. Just let it flow. Let your life, if I could leave you with anything, let your life flow. Let your life flow. Don't stress out, okay? Because when you're stressed, like the law of attraction, the book The Secret said, when we're stressed, when we're all stressed and frazzled, we don't attract the best to us. We don't. It's so true. So true, you all. I mean, I'm hearing myself say this and I'm like, this is true, okay? This is like real. So if you're in that energy, especially when it comes to love, you're going to attract some funny looking people, you know, because they're not, and the thing is, if you do attract that in the moment, you can send them back. Okay, if you attract that in that moment and you don't like what you're hearing and you don't think that their mindset is okay and all this, send them back. Send them back. Test them. Say, you know what, I'm gonna need this, and then if they skedaddle, let them skedaddle. They ain't the one. They can't fit the bill. Literally, they can't be that person for you. So let it go. Let it flow and let it go. I should write a book, I swear. But just let it go. Just let it go. Because at that point, you know, you're gonna cause yourself to experience a lot of stress, a lot of heartache that in reality you really didn't have to experience. You know, you really didn't have to even put up with it, but it's because you just felt that in the moment that was the best you can get, or there was feelings involved or whatever. And that's fine. Like, that does happen, you know. No one's perfect. No one's perfect. But what I am saying is that when you change your mind, you'll change your life. And so on that note, I'm going to officially log off now and end the stream. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe and thumbs up. Check out all the links in the box below for product, services, how to support the channel, how to get in contact, other videos check out. Thank you all so much. Namaste. God bless. Leave a beautiful emoji in the comment section below if you want to leave like a diamond or a flower or a rose or a star. You know, if you got your message and you're feeling good, put an emoji. Okay, when I have the comment section open, put a nice beautiful emoji or emojis. Okay, put a whole paragraph of emojis. Spread that good vibe. All right, lol. I'll see you in the next video. Take care of yourself. Okay, bye. Bye, guys. Bye.